In the year 2425, Earth had become a distant memory for many in the galaxy. The planet was known for its blue oceans and green forests, but its reputation had changed over the years. Once celebrated for its diversity and culture, Earth was now infamous for its junk food. The Galactic Council had banned any food from Earth in 12 sectors, declaring it unsafe for consumption. Junk food had become an enemy of health, with its high sugar, fat, and salt content. Nevertheless, the allure of Earth's junk food remained strong. An underground market flourished, with smugglers transporting pizzas, burgers, and candy across the galaxy. Among the smugglers was a clever young woman named Lila. She had fiery red hair and bright green eyes that sparkled with mischief. Lila was known for her quick thinking and agility, which made her an effective smuggler. Lila's grandmother often told her stories about how delicious Earth food used to be, fueling Lila's desire to bring it back to life. One day, Lila received a tip that a shipment of Earth junk food was coming in from a hidden warehouse on Phasor 3, an uncharted planet filled with rocky hills and glowing plants. Excited, Lila gathered her crew, which included Rex, a tall and muscular former soldier who specialized in security, and Yara, a clever engineer who could fix anything. The three of them set off on Lila's ship, the Star Chaser. As they flew through space, they chatted about their plan. Rex was skeptical. "Is it really worth the risk?" he asked. "The Council has eyes everywhere. They'll catch us." Lila grinned. "But think of the rewards. Imagine the taste of a real Earth pizza. We can't let it slip away without a fight." Yara spoke up. "I've added an extra layer of stealth to the ship. We should be able to get in and out without getting caught." They arrived at Phasor 3, navigating safely through its rocky terrain. The hidden warehouse was surrounded by tall, jagged rocks and strange plants that glowed a soft blue. Lila took the lead, her heart racing with excitement. As they approached the entrance, they heard voices. Someone was already there. Lila motioned for silence, and they hid behind a large boulder. Peering over, they saw a group of gray-skinned Thraxians, known for their sharp negotiating skills and even sharper weapons. They were known to deal in all sorts of contraband, including Earth food. "I want double the amount this time," one Thraxian was saying. "Last time, the shipment was light." The second Thraxian grunted. "You know how hard it is to get this stuff. The Council will not stop looking for it." Lila whispered to her crew, "We can't let them take the shipment. We can do this." They carefully moved closer, using the shadows to their advantage. Lila had a plan. If they could create a distraction, they could grab the food and escape. Yara went to work, using her tools to manipulate a nearby glow plant. With a quick zap, it exploded in a burst of bright light, illuminating the area. "Get ready!" Lila shouted. The Thraxians turned towards the explosion, startled. In that moment of confusion, Lila and her crew dashed into the warehouse. Inside, they were greeted by a treasure trove of Earth foods, boxes of instant ramen, bags of chips, and even frozen pizzas. Rex grabbed a box. "Can you believe this?" he said, eyes wide. "We're really doing it." Just as they were loading up, a loud voice boomed from behind them. "Stop right there." It was a Galactic Council enforcement officer. He had arrived with a squad of guards, guns drawn. "I told you this was illegal. Surrender now." Panic set in. Lila looked at her crew. "We need to escape, now." Yara quickly scanned the room, her mind racing. "There's a back exit. We can make it if we hurry." As they turned to run, their path was blocked by 4 guards. Rex charged, using his strength to shove one guard aside. "Go. I'll hold them off," he shouted. "No. We can't leave you," Lila yelled, but Rex was already pushing them toward the exit. "Just go. I'll be fine," Rex urged, turning to face the guards head-on. With no time to waste, Lila and Yara sprinted through the back exit and into the night. They ran across the rocky terrain, their hearts pounding. Behind them, they could hear Rex fighting the guards, but they had to keep moving. Finally, they reached the Star Chaser, panting and out of breath. Yara quickly started the engines. "I'll try to get us out of here," she said, frantically pressing buttons. A siren blared, warning them of approaching ships. Lila felt panic rising. "We need to leave, now." With a loud roar, the ship took off into the sky. They could see the glow of the guards' ships chasing after them. Lila gripped the controls, her hands steady as she maneuvered the ship through the stars. "Hold on!" Yara shouted as she activated the stealth mode. The Star Chaser flickered out of sight, hiding them from the pursuing ships. They managed to escape, and Lila breathed a sigh of relief. "We did it! We actually did it!" Rex later joined them in the ship. "It was a close call," he said, breathing heavily. "But I held them off long enough for you to get away." They all cheered, celebrating their victory. As the stars twinkled outside, Lila looked at her crew, her heart full. "We brought back Earth food, and we'll share it with everyone. People deserve to taste it again." And so, Lila and her crew became known as heroes across the sectors. The underground market for Earth junk food continued to grow. Even as it was banned, the taste of Earth lingered in the air, a reminder that even in a galaxy far from home, some things were simply irresistible. The year is 2742. Earth's junk food, once a guilty pleasure, now a galactic contraband, was outlawed in 12 sectors of the Andromeda Galaxy. The reason? A simple, yet terrifying, addiction. Captain Rex, a grizzled veteran of the Andromeda Patrol, stared at the confiscated shipment, bags of brightly colored chips, boxes of sugary cereals, and bottles of fizzy drinks. These seemingly harmless treats held a dark secret. They were engineered for maximum addictive potential, a legacy of Earth's early 21st century food industry, a secret weapon that had backfired spectacularly. The story began centuries ago. Earth, having finally achieved interstellar travel, shared its culinary delights with the galaxy. Initially, the alien races were fascinated by these strange, intensely flavored foods. They were novel, and Earth's marketing hype was incredibly effective. However, the addictive qualities, initially considered negligible, proved disastrous. One by one, entire civilizations succumbed to the irresistible allure of these foods. The citizens of Xylos, a highly advanced race known for their logic and reason, became lethargic and unproductive, their once sharp minds dulled by sugar crashes and excessive salt intake. The warrior species of the Kadar, infamous for their ferocity, traded their weapons for bags of chips and surrendered entire star systems in exchange for a lifetime supply of soda. The Galactic Council, an assembly of diverse alien races, recognized the crisis. These foods weren't just unhealthy, they were dangerously addictive, subverting entire cultures, and crippling their economies and social structures. In 2612, a unanimous vote banned Earth's junk food from 12 key sectors. The punishment for smuggling was severe: imprisonment on a desolate mining planet and years of forced labor. Despite the risks, a black market flourished. The demand for these forbidden treats remained incredibly high. For many, the junk food represented a forbidden pleasure, a symbol of rebellion against the Galactic Council's strictures. Enter Jax, a young, ambitious smuggler. He'd seen the devastating effects of the junk food firsthand. His own father, once a respected Xylos scientist, now lay incapacitated, a shell of his former self, hopelessly hooked on Earth's sugary delights. This fueled Jax's determination to get rich, to make a name for himself, and to support his family. He'd heard whispers of a secret route through the nebula of whispers, a region feared for its unpredictable energy storms and treacherous asteroid fields. It was a gamble, but it was a chance to bypass the Andromeda Patrol's tight security. Jax partnered with Kira, a skilled navigator with a reputation for daring maneuvers, and Zorp, a hulking Kadar whose brute strength was matched by his unwavering loyalty, driven by a desire to reclaim his people's lost honor and to pay back debts incurred due to their addiction. Their ship, the Stardust Drifter, was a modified freighter, disguised to appear as a legitimate cargo vessel. Inside were thousands of pounds of Earth's forbidden snacks, carefully concealed beneath layers of seemingly innocuous agricultural products. Their journey through the nebula of whispers was perilous. Energy storms threatened to tear their ship apart, and near misses with rogue asteroids kept them on high alert. Kira's skill was tested to its limits, maneuvering the Stardust Drifter through the chaotic expanse with grace and precision. Zorp stood guard, his powerful weaponry ready to defend against any potential attackers. Jax, ever vigilant, oversaw the operation, carefully monitoring their ship's systems and plotting their course. Their luck, however, ran out. As they neared their destination, they encountered Captain Rex and the Andromeda Patrol. A tense standoff ensued. Rex, recognizing the telltale signs of a smuggling operation, ordered the Stardust Drifter to surrender. A fierce space battle followed. Kira's navigational prowess and Zorp's firepower proved a formidable combination. They managed to evade most of the patrol's attacks, but with each passing moment, their ship suffered more damage. Jax, however, had a trick up his sleeve. He'd engineered a cloaking device, a risky gamble, but potentially their only chance of escape. They activated the device, disappearing from the patrol's sensors. Despite their escape, the Andromeda Patrol was already closing in. Captain Rex, determined to capture the smugglers, vowed to pursue them relentlessly. He knew that as long as the demand for Earth's junk food existed, the smuggling would continue. The success of their daring escape didn't change the gravity of their situation. The lure of Earth's junk food still cast a dark shadow across the galaxy, a testament to its irresistible appeal and the consequences of its uncontrolled consumption. The war against the forbidden treats was far from over. Jax, Kira, and Zorp knew they had won a battle, but the war raged on. The risk of being caught, the threat of severe punishment, and the profound understanding of the destruction they inadvertently helped to perpetuate were their constant companions. The galaxy's addiction to Earth's junk food was a complex problem with far-reaching consequences, a problem that stretched far beyond the thrills of a daring smuggling operation. And so, the smuggling continued, fueling the ongoing conflict between pleasure and responsibility, addiction and self-control, in the vast, unpredictable expanse of the galaxy. The year is 2742. Earth's junk food, once a guilty pleasure, now a galactic contraband, was the subject of much debate in the Galactic Federation. 12 sectors had outright banned it, citing severe health risks and societal disruption. But the demand remained insatiable. Jax, a wiry human smuggler with a mischievous grin and eyes that held the secrets of 1,000 risky deals, piloted his ship, the Stardust Drifter, through a nebula. He was on his way to Sector Gamma 7, known for its stringent anti-junk food laws and equally high prices. His cargo hold was packed with bags of crispy, salty Earth snacks, chips, pretzels, and candy bars, the forbidden fruits of a long-lost era. His co-pilot, a four-armed, purple-skinned Xyler named Zorp, nervously tapped his claws on the control panel. "Jax, are you sure about this? Gamma 7's security is tighter than a neutron star's crust." Jax chuckled, a sound like pebbles rolling downhill. "Relax, Zorp. I've navigated worse. Besides, the profit." He trailed off, letting the implication hang in the air. The profit was astronomical, enough to make even a seasoned smuggler like Jax's heart race. Their plan was audacious. They would use a cloaking device, recently acquired from a shady Rylan trader, to bypass the Gamma 7 security checkpoints. The cloaking device was temperamental, prone to malfunctions, and was only reliable for short bursts. It added another layer to the already risky operation. Meanwhile, on the Gamma-7 planet, Inspector Krill, a stern-faced insectoid with 6 legs and a pair of multifaceted eyes, was overseeing a routine inspection at the spaceport. Krill was known for his unwavering dedication to upholding the sector's strict anti-junk food laws. He believed that Earth's junk food was a societal poison, rotting the minds and bodies of those who consumed it. His assistant, a young human officer named Anya, shared his views but worried about the human cost of such strict laws. "Inspector, don't you think these restrictions are a bit harsh? Many people crave these forbidden treats. This ban just fuels the black market." Krill, however, remained resolute. "Anya, the long-term health consequences far outweigh any temporary cravings. We must protect our citizens, even if it means enforcing unpopular laws." Jax and Zorp successfully evaded the initial checkpoints. The cloaking device hummed quietly, masking their ship's presence. But as they approached the main customs facility, the device sputtered and failed, revealing their ship. Krill's multiple eyes focused on the Stardust Drifter on his monitor. "Alert! Unidentified vessel approaching customs without authorization. Prepare to intercept." Panic filled the cockpit of the Stardust Drifter. Zorp frantically tried to reactivate the cloaking device, but to no avail. Jax, however, remained calm. Years of experience had taught him to think on his feet. He barked orders to Zorp, who skillfully maneuvered the ship into a narrow asteroid field. The asteroids provided temporary cover, but it was a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Krill's patrol ships pursued relentlessly, their lasers cutting through the darkness. Jax expertly navigated the Stardust Drifter through the maze-like field, dodging laser blasts that narrowly missed their ship. He knew that they couldn't outrun them forever. As they neared the edge of the asteroid field, Jax saw a small opening in the security perimeter. It was a risky maneuver, but it was their only chance. He guided the ship through the narrow gap, defying all odds. Just as they emerged from the asteroids, a massive transport ship appeared in front of them. It was a freighter belonging to a notorious crime syndicate known as the Shadow Syndicate. The freighter offered a temporary sanctuary for the smugglers who were struggling to escape the Galactic authorities. The leader of the syndicate, a hulking brute named Gorak, had heard of Jax's reputation. He decided to help Jax in exchange for a share of the junk food. Gorak provided Jax with a distraction, using a powerful jammer to momentarily disable the Gamma-7 security systems. In this chaos, Jax and Zorp made a quick escape from the pursuing ships. They disappeared into hyperspace, leaving Krill and his officers fuming. Back on Gamma-7, Krill couldn't contain his frustration. "They got away," he grumbled. "But they won't get away next time. We will strengthen our security and hunt down these smugglers until every last bag of that cursed junk food is confiscated." Anya quietly watched him. The thrill of the chase and the high stakes involved, both made the story of this battle between the smugglers and galactic authorities even more compelling. The demand for Earth's junk food remained high. The smuggling continued, a dangerous game played in the shadows of the galaxy, a constant reminder of Earth's controversial culinary legacy. Jax, the master smuggler, continued his perilous trade, forever playing a game of galactic cat and mouse with the forces of law and order. His journey across the vast cosmic expanse, filled with nerve-wracking escapes and daring maneuvers, became a legend whispered in hushed tones across the 12 sectors where junk food was banned, forever fueling the endless cycle of smuggling and prohibition. In the far reaches of the galaxy, where the stars shone like diamonds scattered on black velvet, 12 galactic sectors thrived. Each sector held its own unique cultures, species, and laws. Among the most interesting of these laws was the strict ban on a peculiar Earth product known simply as junk food. The ban was enforced with heavy penalties, yet Earth's junk food was smuggled across borders and found a way into the hands of many interstellar beings. Our story begins on the lively and colorful planet of Zillaria, one of the 12 sectors. Zilleria was known for its harmonious society, where people valued health and wellness above all. Junk food, with its sugary and greasy offerings, was seen as a dangerous temptation that could lead to chaos. Zilleria was ruled by Chancellor Illyra, a wise and fair leader who believed in the power of knowledge and healthy living. Chancellor Illyra often gathered her council to discuss the dangers of junk food. "It brings nothing but trouble," she would say. "It weakens our bodies and makes us reliant on its sugary goodness. We cannot let it into our sector." But around the corners of Zilleria's bustling marketplaces, whispers of a secret had begun to spread. There was a black market operating under the surface, where smugglers were trading Earth's junk food in hidden alleyways. One such smuggler was a young and clever Zillerian named Kira. Kira was known for her quick thinking and daring spirit. As she strolled through the winding streets, she overheard a group of traders talking in hushed tones about a plan to bring a new shipment of junk food from Earth. Intrigued, Kira decided to follow them and see what was happening. The traders led her to a dimly lit warehouse on the edge of the sector, where crates piled high held the most forbidden treasures of all. Chips, candies, sodas, and even gooey snacks from Earth awaited their fate. Kira's heart raced with excitement. She had never tasted junk food before, but she heard tales of the delicious flavors and the exhilarating rush it could provide. Inside the warehouse, she spotted a familiar face from her past: Jax, a charismatic rogue and notorious smuggler. Jax had once been a friend of hers until he got caught up in illegal activities and vanished. Kira felt a mix of anger and curiosity toward him, but she was drawn to the hidden boxes of snacks. Jax noticed Kira and smiled. Well, if it isn't my old friend Kira. Are you here to join the fun or just admire from afar?" "I'm not sure," Kira replied, crossing her arms defensively. "This could get you in serious trouble. Or it could make us rich," Jax exclaimed, glancing at the crates. "Imagine tasting the wonders of Earth." Kira considered her options. She could turn him in or join him in this exhilarating adventure. Something inside her ignited a longing for adventure and the thrill of the unknown. "What's the plan?" she asked, intrigued. "We will take this shipment to Harath, the trading planet, where folks are always looking for the newest craze. We'll get a good price for it," Jax replied. Kira hesitated but could not ignore the excitement bubbling inside her. She agreed to join Jax, and together they began their mission. They loaded the crates onto a small ship, the Star Chaser, and prepared for departure. As they soared through the starry skies, their hearts raced with both fear and excitement. Soon, they would break the laws set by their own people and taste the bounty of Earth. When they arrived at Harath, the atmosphere was electric. The streets were filled with traders from all over the galaxy, and the scent of unusual foods wafted through the air. Kira and Jax set up their stall, displaying the Earth snacks for anyone who dared to indulge. They watched as curious aliens gathered around, their eyes wide with wonder. "What's this?" one blue-skinned Zillerian asked, picking up a colorful bag of chips. "Junk food from Earth. The finest snacks in the galaxy," Jax declared, his voice filled with excitement. One by one, the snacks were snatched up, and the sound of crunching filled the air. Kira watched as smiles spread across the faces of the customers. They were laughing and enjoying themselves in a way she hadn't seen before. "This is amazing," Kira exclaimed, feeling the excitement of the crowd. "They love it." But their celebration was short-lived. Just as they sold their last crate, the booming voice of a galactic enforcer echoed through the market. "Attention, everyone. The sale of Earth junk food is illegal. All who possess it will be arrested." Panic erupted in the crowd. Kira's heart raced as she grabbed her bag and glanced at Jax. "What do we do?" "Run!" Jax shouted, and they dashed away from their stall, weaving through the panicked crowd. They sprinted through the narrow streets, the sound of boots pounding behind them. They could hear the enforcers shouting orders as they pursued. As they ran, Kira thought of all the fun she had just experienced and the joy the snacks had brought to the crowd. What was so wrong with a little indulgence? Quick! This way! Jax yelled, leading her into a side alley, where they hid behind a stack of crates, breathless and scared. They won't find us here, Jax said as they crouched in the shadows. Kira felt a mix of emotions. She knew they had broken the law, but she couldn't shake the feeling that maybe, just maybe, there was a place for fun and flavor in their serious world. Hours passed, and silence finally returned. Cautiously, they emerged from their hiding spot. That was close, Kira said, her heart still racing. Jax looked at her. Was it worth it? The thrill, the laughter, the snacks? Kira thought for a moment. Maybe it is, she replied, a smile creeping across her face. Maybe there's a balance to be found. From that day, Kira and Jax made a pact. They would continue their secret adventures, bringing just a taste of Earth's junk food to the sectors, not to harm but to bring joy. As they flew back to Zilleria, Kira felt a sense of purpose. The galaxy was too vast and colorful not to indulge in the sweet and savory bits of life. And with each new mission, they would ensure that laughter and joy found a place among the stars.